It looks like Interslice has picked up his phase since we last were commentating. So that's good on his end.
Yep, so it's really just going to come down to who finds Ice Beam first, because Viapron is going to get his last 2 artifacts in labs and is then going to be searching for Ice Beam for the rest of the seed.
Don't mind me typing in the background.
Alright, so...
Alrighty. Yeah, we are back. Full steam ahead.
Based on the information we have, I'm honestly going to guess that Ice Beam is in Magmore Workstation, because there really aren't too many locations left that don't require Ice Beam, because, like we said earlier, Ice Beam blocks a lot of the game behind it, and I honestly think Magmore Workstation or Flogger are the only locations that the runners haven't checked that could have Ice Beam.
Yep. Looks like that Flogger play might... Or technically Thardus is also in play here.
True, Thardus is also in play. So this could be a... Viapron's gonna really regret not checking Flagra.
Then again, both our runners are gonna regret that.
Yeah, true. But Interslice still has the chance to check it right now. He is in the area.
Sure. I wonder if he will. Only a matter of time will we find out.
Also, while we are on the topic of important things, none of the runners have found, or neither of the runners on the stream have found any beam combos right so far. So, Plasma Beam or Flamethrower Useful is still on track. Yes, obviously, we have very important priorities.
Yeah, we've jokingly said that whoever picks up Flamethrower first automatically wins. As memes tend to mutate into. Vpron just waiting for Edward here to break the glass. Thank you, Edward.
Yep. Edward's a bit difficult when you go from below, but I mean, he's usually pretty good at suicide when you come from above.
And just to elaborate on the trick Vpron did there, you can jump up to that Morph Ball track. Just make sure to jump on the right side of it, or the deep part, I should say, where there's no railing above it, and you'll just land fine, no problem at all.
Yeah, you can actually jump in a lot of Morph Ball tunnels in this game, and it can save a lot of time. And it looks like things are back normal because I've got the chat back up on my phone, so sorry chat if I've missed you for the while. I haven't been able to get stuff up. If you have any questions about what's going on, or questions you want to ask about the race that we've missed, feel free to re-ask them now, and I will try to answer them as best as I can without being a complete moron.
Interslice going for the Chozo skip here.
Yeah,
and he gets it. Well, for the most, like, I see he gets it. It's you can interrupt the animation where he vanishes, shooting a charge beam at a specific time, so to speak.
Yep. Also worth noting, these are not the only 2 people in this race. There are several people offline who are also doing races, and they are just as valid. In fact, I'm actually going to go see if any of them are streaming and if any of them have found Ice Beam.
Yeah, they're not just offline, as you mentioned. They're actually streaming as well. Some of them are. Some of them like to play on their own.
Yeah.
For those curious, we have Op82, Forsaken Angel, Interslice, MP Cypher, MP Cypher, The Weakest Link 64, and Vpron.
Yep.
Curious, I thought The Weakest Link 64 was passing this week. He might just be Gatekeeper, or he might actually be streaming right now.
No, he is streaming right now.
Oh.
No, he does not have Ice Beam either. Just checking.
Good to know.
Although he actually only has 1 power bomb, I just noticed, so that's he's probably been having fun with that power bomb.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm going to just quickly go through all the other runners that I can see if any of them have found Ice Beam, because that's really going to decide the seed at this point.
It's looking like phase mines might not be in play at all for this seed.
Yeah, that's honestly looking pretty likely at this point, because you need Ice Beam to get to mines at all, and Ice Beam is go mode for these people.
A little correction, you can access the front. No. Wait a minute.
Only in random elevators.
Yeah.
Not in vanilla.
Yeah, in vanilla elevators, you do need the Ice Beam to get there because one way or another, you're going to interact with Talon South, which needs the Ice Beam, or you're going to interact with an elevator from Phase of Mines that will require Ice Beam again. Yep.
Yep, or the Magmore elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's basically what screwed me over in the last weekly, because I have been under the logic for the entire time that you need Ice Beam to access mines at all, and in random elevators, the front door of mines actually only requires Wave Beam.
Yep.
And while you need Ice Beam to get further in mines, you can get the item in main quarry without Ice Beam. Ice Beam can spawn there. So that is what that
with
can be
random elevators.
Yeah, with random elevators only. Random elevators really change the game.
And Vpron is skipping Thardus as well. It looks like he's good. I think he might be working his way back to Flarga. Really? That might be, or maybe Magmar Workstation is another place you might check.
I mean, there's 3 places to check.
Yep. Yep, Gulp in chat has shared with us. It's Flarga, Magmar Workstation, Quarantine Cave, Quarantine Monitor. That's pretty much every check without Ice Beam, with vanilla elevators.
Yep. I am.
And Interslice is not doing Flarga. Oh boy.
I think I did. In my stream carousel that I'm doing in the background, which I would highly recommend. It looks like someone is actually going to go check Flogger right now. No, I did.
And Interslice is now going back, so he might.
Never mind. It looks like. Never mind. It looks that wasn't Interslice. I checked. It looks like he's just on a delay on the stream. So, never mind. There could be some time traveling going in with Interslice finishing faster than we have him on stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And we have had someone forfeit the race.
Oh boy, Mary Cat forfeited. That's never fun.
Meerkat and MP Scythe.
Yep. Alright, I've gone through all the people who are streaming it. Doesn't look like any of them have Ice Beam, so Ice Beam really is the great mystery of this season. It's still anyone's game.
Interslice getting that nice skip on the... You don't need to scan the 4 points in that previous room, the Arboretum.
Yep.
You can just bomb jump up over the gate.
Yep.
And we were getting our first Flarga play and on Interslice's end. What were you going to say there? Sorry, Roboscope.
Yeah. It is also worth noting that though it is out of logic, I believe ghosts are technically possible to achieve right now with only Spider Ball, because you can jump down to the platform and then Spider Ball up without doing the complicated infinite bomb jump.
You don't even need to jump down. You can just Spider Ball all the way. Just stick to the magnetic rail.
Although that might not be the best use of time right now, considering I don't think Ice Beam can be there, unless the logic is really trolling and has like super missiles on Thardus or something.
Yeah, like technically Chosen Ghosts in Sun Tower, aka Sun Tower? The room where Flarga. I'm never going to remember the names. Maybe one day. Anyway, the ghosts that reside where Flarga is are the early wild. Technically, you need Spider Ball and Super Missiles to access, but you can just use the Spider Ball to access it.
If you're a normal person. If you are a Mad Lad, and I do believe Viapron knows this trick, you can just infinite bomb jump your way back up.
Yep, that's another way, popular way of doing it, at least for the speedrunner community.
Yeah, it is in the end. It is how people get that artifact in any percent, because going back to Sun Chamber halfway through the run is just waste time.
There's just no efficient way of getting there from the rest of the world.
Yeah.
You never come back to the north area of Chozo Ruins.
Unless you have main plaza ledge door enabled.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I swear, Retro, if you're listening to this, or anyone who is in charge of remaking Metroid Prime Trilogy, please enable main plaza ledge door in your next remake. Okay, thanks, bye.
I think there's going to be a few more complications than just that, though, in the remake, because, other than the original North American release of the game, so many tricks were removed.
Yeah,
in future releases of the game.
Yeah, that is a shame. I do wish they would. It's unfortunate that so many of the tricks got removed because, in my opinion, they make the game a lot more interesting.
Mm-hmm. And we have our super missiles on Flarga.
Oh boy.
Oh.
So that means ghosts are in play.
Well then. No. Yeah. If there's something on the second phase of the Flarga's room, aka the Chose the Ghosts, that is troll logic, because it expected you to defeat Flarga, which most runners try to put off whenever possible, I find.
Oh, I don't think Interslice went low enough on that spider ball track. I think the ghost didn't trigger, so I think he's gonna have to go back.
I just assumed he would do it, and I didn't pay attention.
Also, can we get an F in the chat for flamethrower useful?
Oh, he triggered it.
Nope, never mind. I'm just dumb.
Super missiles, this fight suddenly becomes a lot more, less tedious. Although he might forget that he has it. He's doing the combo.
Ah,
Nice going.
Very nice. Yeah, I imagine he's probably just trying to stun lock them just because he doesn't have X-ray. But then again, he could forget.
And that just goes to show, right as the second ghost escapes, how tight that window is.
Yeah.
It's not only just the timing, but your tracking on the chosen ghosts is some of the less reliable in the game.
Yeah, because they move around a lot. Also, I can feel the salt coming from Viapron right now, considering that he didn't check. He's having to go back to do Flogger now. Yeah. I can just taste it coming out of his stream right now.
Viapron has had a very unfortunate luck. He's like one of our top new runners, I'd say, and he's been trolled by Logic last week, and it looks like that might be the case again this week.
Yeah, last week Phazon screwed him over. It's just sad. Man, F for Viapron last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Phazon suit can practically be anywhere. It is required for the final boss of the game.
Yeah.
It locks a single item check in the far end of Phazon Mines. And what do we have here? We have a nothing.
Oh boy! All these runners. I bet they're.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Although that being said, considering super missiles on Flagra, that did just open up a few checks.
It did indeed. Suddenly we have the main Chozo Plaza. Is Interslice going to check this? I don't think he is. I think he might just skip it entirely.
There's also the labs item. Oh nope, Interslice is going back to main plaza.
Okay. Maybe this is the I guess this is the fastest way for him to get there.
Yeah.
It's pretty gonna be close either way.
Yeah. Yeah, this is anyone's see at this point. The first person to find Ice Beam, it pretty much wins it in my book.
Mm-hmm. Do you think we're gonna get an Ice Beam in main Chozo behind the tree?
I mean, it's very possible at this point. Although that...
We're about to find out.
Yep.
On Interslice's end.
Nope,
it's just missiles. Okay. Now I was gonna say research lab A there. I always muddle that up with research lab Hydra, I believe is the other
Hydra.
one. Yeah, and I believe research Hydra is the one that's super missile locked. So there's one location in labs that's super missile locked. There's one location in Phazon Mines that's super missile locked. There's not many locked items behind super missiles. For the most part.
There is one that we're thinking about. The normal Thardus entrance. If you wanted to check Thardus before this, you would have had to go all the way through Magmore, and I think we've been forgetting about that.
I think the penny just dropped. I think that's exactly why none of our runners did Thardus, because they couldn't. They either need the Ice Beam, go via the south end of Magmore.
Or no,
Station.
you don't need Ice Beam to go through the south end.
To get to Fendrana South, they would either need the Ice Beam to get through the labs, or they would need Super Missiles to get to Thardus, or they can go via Magma Workstation via the back end. But if they do that, do they need Ice Beam? I don't think they do.
No, I don't think they do.
Yeah.
But at minimum, it's certainly out of their way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
never mind.
Vipron's checking ghosts.
Someone in Thardus said Ice Beam isn't on Thardus, so... Someone in chat said so. Thank you, chat.
Interesting. Thank you, Mop.
Yeah, so I think that leaves Hydra?
Oh boy.
This is officially a troll.
That would be, yeah. I guess we could check weakest links. Well, I can.
Someone in chat said weakest link did Thardus and Thardus did not have ice. Oh, apparently, Thardus had Ice Spreader and X-Ray. So, yeah, it is a big mystery where, yeah, I think that leaves Hydra as the only place it can be. Which is, wow, that is a massive troll. Also, for those of you who are new to Prime Randomizer and who are wondering if they have all the artifacts, why aren't they going to go fight the final boss? You need all 4 beams for the final boss. Because some of the final boss's phases can only be damaged by certain beams. I suppose technically never mind, it probably isn't possible. But yeah, you flat out need Ice Beam to get through the final boss.
Just realized my microphone's been muted for the past 2 minutes.
Oh no.
Rip. Yeah, if you do Exo Skip, the only beam you need then is Plasma Beam. And just found is X-Ray.
That is true, Golp. If you can do Exo Skip, you could just win this right here, right now.
Yeah.
Because it is possible to skip that phase of the final boss, technically. It's an extremely difficult trick, and I believe you and Diggles went over it in more depth last week. So I believe he knows what it looks like far, far, far better than I do. All I know is that it's very, very hard.
Mm-hmm. Vipron finding his tree item.
Yep.
Just a set of missiles.
This is gonna be a fun post-race interview.
Mop of Justice, someone had, I forget, I think it was Vipron, checked anti-chamber earlier, it was just missiles.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think either, if Thardus doesn't have it, except for the fact that weakest link, I would be surprised if he hasn't checked that.
Yeah, no, he checked that according to chat. Also, unfortunate news is that we have another forfeit. MP Scyther has forfeited the race.
Oh yeah, it was a while back, unfortunately.
Never mind, we have 2 forfeits at this point, but... Always unfortunate to see people lose the race, but honestly, I cannot blame people at all for not wanting to deal with this seed.
Get the censorship button ready for Vipron when he joins us for interview. Do we have a... I don't think we do have a censorship button. We have an end stream button. Thank you for watching. My name's
we have a ban Super Bros button. Is he behind the seed? Is this your fault, Super Bros? Where are you?
That or Lane.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Super Bros is a member of our community who is infamous for generating terrible seeds repeatedly.
We all are at this point. Anyone that's a regular, it's pretty notorious.
Yeah, it goes beyond him just like being bad. Like, they're uniquely awful.
Mm-hmm.
And this definitely has his brand of shenaniganery all over it.
Alright, so it looks like Vpron might be doing Magma Workstation next.
Yeah.
Are we going to find our Ice Beam at long last?
Chaz spoiled it. We actually know Thordis does not have Ice Beam. He has Ice Spreader.
Didn't see what item Vpron just saw there, but I don't think it was the Ice Beam because he's not going for it. Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit confused.
Oh, never mind. It looks like I'm slightly behind you because he just collected on my end, so I'm gonna restart the stream.
Okay, I'm starting. Where could it be?
Labs. It's gotta be Hydra at this point.
It has to be Hydra.
Yeah.
If Weakest Link hasn't checked that location.
Yeah.
If it's good for everyone, I'll just be one moment.
Also, yeah, I've got it being Ice Spreader instead of Ice Beam. Yeah, that is very trolly. Thinker Slice has called on that Hydra is the only place left it can be, so he is just beelining straight for it. And we are going to see... Yup! We have our Ice Beam. Congratulations, Interslice. Yep, so looks like someone in the seed is finally in go mode.
That is incredible.
Yep.
The absolute last possible check, and it's the Ice Beam.
Yeah, Interslice just got...
Randomizers.
Yeah. These weeklies, I mean, the seeds haven't exactly been good or bad, but they have certainly been interesting.
Yeah, you could say it's very nice that they're finally in go mode.
I'll ban you of the fact that I probably haven't done worse.
I'm here for your weekly joke. My name's Pyro Paper Planes. Thank you for tuning in.
Yep. Pretty soon you're gonna have to have a lynch mob after your head, Pyro.
Alrighty, so Interslice is finally in go-go mode. He's just booting it back to
back to town.
Vpron's gonna really regret not doing that single check in labs.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him for that skipping the mine.
I mean, Interslice did Thordis before too, so...
Yep.
It was really just him being ahead.
I don't even know what Weakest Link is doing right now. He's not in Vendron at all. I have a horrible feeling he might have left that check.
Let's see what he's up to. I'm gonna go quickly check on his stream.
Yeah, for those not in the know, the Weakest Link is probably one of the most consistent champions for the Randomizer.
I believe he did win the tournament, so... I mean, if that doesn't say something, I don't think anything does.
He won the tournament without a single loss.
Yeah. And he actually beat the creator of the mod in the finals, so... Yeah, he is really good.
Mm-hmm. So with the Ice Spider collected, that's going to be really nice for all the missiles that Vpron's collected so far for the final phase of Metroid Prime.
Yeah, because...
not the final phase, sorry, but yeah, Exo.
Yeah.
Prime.
Assuming no one here's exo skipping, which... I mean, if they were exo skipping, I think they wouldn't have bothered with Ice Beam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
also, just checking on Weakest Link stream right now, looks like he is back in Findrunner right now, and I think he's just heading back towards labs. either labs or artists. So he's probably going to be not far behind people.
And Interslice is about to make his ultimate ship save from the looks of it.
Yup. It is a shame that we can't hear the audio of the runners because, as I say, you can always tell how well a seed is going by how loud the runners sigh when they get another missile.
Speaking of which, I just realized we have control of the audio. We should probably switch the audio to Interslice at this point.
Yeah, true.
I will do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to do it. I'm less familiar with it, so you should probably do it. And it looks like Viapron is about to find his ice right here.
Probably should have done that a little bit earlier. Sorry about that, chat.
Yeah. On the bright side, it does give us a chance to show off all the modded tracks that is in the audio mod, which is nice.
Well, the thing is that you can mod it with any music that you like, as long as you replicate the same file format, which is possible with a specific Audacity fork.
Yep. Although,
Audacity being
a fun fact about the music that Viaprom was using is that the Flogger music is actually it's not an original track, it's actually the original intended Flogger music. The vanilla Flogger music accidentally got cut after 30 seconds in the original game, and so because of that, it's a lot less exciting than it was normally intended to be, and it looks like Viapron restored that track, which they also do in Prime Trilogy. Anyway, we should probably start talking about Interslice, who is clearly up to exciting things.
Indeed, and my stream is frozen, so don't mind me. You commentate for us while I.
Alright, yeah. So, the Meta Ridley fight is a bit interesting for speedrunning, mostly just because of a tiny little oversight, which we're going to show off right here. The mystery of the disappearing Meta Ridley health bar. If you know where his health bar went, please tell us. Our current culprits are Boost Ball. And also Phazon Suit. Yeah, Pero.
Just point out, please don't mind the changing aspect ratio on Interslice's end. He does have the I don't know if he has the widescreen mod or not, but it is known right now in the latest version of Dolphin. There is aspect ratio shenanigans with Metroid Prime. Hopefully they will be fixing that before too long. But, and now Metro Ridley's doing his dashes.
Yeah.
In an unfavorable angle, might I mention.
Yeah, Ridley can troll you a lot, but it looks like Interslice has not gotten the meanest Ridley out there, so.
Yeah, when he's doing his dash
is done
attack,
with Space Dragon.
Yeah. And those dash attacks are one of the very few attacks in the entire game where you can't just rely on targeting L-lock targeting on your enemy, because it will not target onto the correct spot. You need to free aim holding the R button.
Or more accurately, it does target the correct spot, but it gets blocked by his claw.
Yeah, exactly. Either way, you do need to free aim the shot to hit him successfully. And I believe that's developer intended.
I'm not sure, but
it's hard to call, yeah.
Yeah.
And
it's tricky.
And then, yeah, as Captain says, there's too long don't read. There's no damage cap on the boost ball, and on the first phase of Meta Ridley that they forgot to make him immune to boost ball damage, so instantly phase 1 over, done like that with the boost ball.
There are a lot of bosses in this game that have really weird weaknesses, and it's really entertaining. Like, fun fact, you can actually damage Flagra normally with Wave Beam. Like, it's normally when you just shoot Flagra, it just stuns it. But if you with Wave Buster, actually, I'm sorry, not Wave Beam. With Wave Buster, you can actually just do damage normally to it. You don't have to go through the bomb slots at all. It's not super practical because it uses up a ton of missiles. But if you're in the situation where you have the schools to do it, it feels satisfying to just stun lock Flagra to death with Wave Buster, because you probably are very upset that you are having to do Flagra right now.
And I missed if Interslice did I was paying attention to the Viewpron stream there. I missed if Interslice did the slope climb.
I believe he did, but he did it in a way that's different than normal, so.
Nice. Yeah, just saving just a little bit of time. Not having to worry about those fish and Metroids as much.
Yeah. Yeah. Impact Crater tends to be more optimized than the rest of the run, just because you're going to have to do every single. It's the same every time, unlike the rest of the run.
Speak for yourself, mate. No, yeah, right. Though it's definitely more consistent
for good runners. There's a lot more effort invested into it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, mate, I'm probably worse. I just figured out that slow jump like yesterday.
Yep, that's no, I'm not very consistent at it myself. I can definitely do it, but I haven't figured out the angle that gets 100% right. Anyway, we're rambling during Interslice's Exo Metroid Prime. Do you want to explain the fight at all, RoboScout?
Yeah, sure. Metroid Prime, the exoskeleton, or Beam Crab, as I like to call him. Basically, there are 4 separate phases of the fight, or 4 separate rooms of the fight, and each room is split into separate phases, each separated by beam, which is indicated on the color. And you can only shoot him with the color that is indicated. So Interslice just got finished off with the power beam phase and moved on to the wave beam phase. However, what people have figured out is that there are ways to, I don't know if like cheat the phases is the best way to do it, but you can basically roll over on damage caps. Like, after you finish a phase, Prime S and Exo will do a charge. And after the charge finishes, there are still points where you can deal damage to him, but these points will affect the next phase, not the current phase. And so because of that, you can effectively skip several phases, which can be especially handy if you're using one of the beams that is less good at doing damage to Exo. Like, Ice Beam is infamously not very good at killing Exo if you don't have Ice Spreader. Although it does actually deal bonus damage to Exo, which is a fun fact. It does like 1.5 times damage, which is a nice little Easter egg, because Metroid Prime is actually a Metroid in lore. So.
What?
Yeah.
Who would have known? Yeah,
they don't have much family resemblance, but they are related.
And I might as well say, while we're on the topic, the Wave Beam is actually the weakest beam of all the 4, even weaker than Power Beam. But it does have the slight advantage that it homes in on its target that you're locked on. Yeah. Making it a little more reliable. So I actually personally prefer using the Wave Beam over the normal beam, but I know the majority of our runners are more preferential to the Power Beam phase over the Wave Beam phase.
I'd say if it was just the beams, I would say Wave Beam is better, but because super missiles are a thing and are probably the single best tool for getting rid of Prime, I'd say Power Beam is better.
Yep.
Wave Buster is useful, but it's the second worst after Flamethrower.
Just for how many missiles it consumes.
Yeah.
And the Flamethrower is even more hungry for missiles.
Yeah.
And we probably won't see the Flamethrower in this run, unless... Because even the regular Plasma Beam charge shots, I think, are more damaging.
Yeah, the problem with the Flamethrowers, it's way too many missiles for way too little reward. Plasma Beam is already really, really good, and you really don't need to do that much more damage, which requires you to be at a very close range and not get hit, and use a ton of missiles, so it's not used that often. If you don't have any other beam combos, Flamethrower will get used a bit, but if you do, you're probably not going to see it.
I unfortunately missed it. Vpron did the Impact Crater climbs because I was paying attention to Interslice this time.
He did.
He did. Excellent. Thank you for keeping your eyes on that.
Yep.
Interslice is on the Chaos phase of Metroid Prime, I would say.
Yeah. That is a good point, though, about Wave Beam, though, is that it can actually stun enemies, and if you time it right with partial charge shot, you can actually stun lock enemies. I find it's very effective for killing pirates.
Definitely.
I suppose I have infamous thing is that I go through labs and mines with way too few energy tanks than I should. And my secret is just Wave Beam. Just stun lock the pirates.
I just want to point out that Vpron and the weakest link are both very close right now. They're both on the exact same phase, I'm pretty sure. Interslice is just a little bit ahead. He's on the very final phase. He's on Essence of Metroid Prime.
I'd say he's still significantly ahead. Exo takes a while, so. However,
Yeah, definitely agree.
Yeah. However, Essence is a special boss, shall we say.
Jump rope face.
That's canon now.
So we got personality disorder crab and jump rope jellyfish. Oh, we have too much entertainment coming up with nicknames for our enemies. Oh,
I mean, there's like
Ninja Slice's end.
I mean,
Going in and
Thardus
out.
is also known as Rocks and Angry Rocks.
Or Tantrum Rock.
Or Tantrum Rock.
So, just a quick comment on Interslice. Everyone here is probably familiar with this at this point. What am I kidding? But anyway, just in case someone isn't, go in and out of the pool as quickly as possible to conserve as much pool juice as you can, or the pool time as much as possible, because that's the only way of damaging Essence of Metroid Prime. Drop a power bomb to take out those pesky Metroids if you can. Hopefully you get them. And yeah, just an occasional blast just to speed up Essence to dropping up another pool. And for those really not familiar with Metroid Prime, you have to cycle through the visors to be able to just see Metroid Prime Essence. You can still damage him when you can't see him, but not knowing where he is can be a little bit pesky, a little bit of a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you can see him with the scan visor, but that doesn't really count.
Ensign Chekhov, I believe you do have a plan. I do believe there is another strategy, which is to space out your bursts so that you basically waste Essence's action, so then after you're done with the pool, it will immediately drop another pool. And I do believe Interslice is going too fast for that. I think he's trying, but I think he's firing way too fast, so I don't think Metroid Prime is wasting action. But either way, that is time on Interslice, and we have our winner.
Yep, 1:30:38.
Well, unless we've got someone who's time traveling.
34 on the timer, but 38 according to live split.
Yeah.
And Vpron and Link are very, very neck and neck right now.
Yeah.
Both of a sliver of health. We're going to see Interslice here momentarily for an interview, I assume.
Yeah. And the rest of the runners when they finish.
Indeed.
Yep.
What do you think of that seed overall, Robo Scout?
That Ice Beam, this was a super trolly seed. Like, I mean,
Yep.
we got Troll Start, and then Ice Beam at the end was just mean. Like, requiring Flagra, but then also requiring you to go back to labs at the end, that's just mean. Yeah. The artifacts were very good, actually, though, I will say.
If the runner even had an X-ray visor in the labs, they could have seen it was Ice Beam, but at the time they did not. I'm trying to remember where the X-ray visor was again.
It was on Quarantine Cave. Or, it was on Quarantine Monitor. Although I will say, if a runner did Flagra a lot earlier, they could have been way ahead, because Ice Beam was actually in labs.
Yep, definitely. This is why certain runners swear to finishing off Flagra as soon as they can, even when they've taken care of the rest of Chozo.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hey.
Congratulations on your run.
Thank you. It was not the best seed.
Yeah, no.
We were just expecting that.
I don't think I've ever had a randomizer where a beam was the last thing I needed to beat the game. That was really rough.
Yeah.
It happens on occasion, but yeah.
And you checked Flagra, Flagra Ghost and Thardus all before getting it. You got last itemed by a beam.
Yeah, I think that was literally the last thing I could have checked too.
Yup, it was. We were keeping track of it in the chat.
And yeah, I can comment that that none of the runners did Flarga up front. They all left it till later. I'm curious, did you see where the Wave Buster was there? Unfortunately, I missed that. If not, I'll
Someone
check out
in chat.
I didn't see it, no.
Gollop says it's Elder Chamber.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay, I'm not getting that.
Yeah.
Credit was
But
due.
yeah.
Was there something in Elder Chain? Other than that? Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Robo Scout.
Someone in chat also pointed out, there was nothing in mines.
Yeah, because Ice Beam was the last thing. You can't get into mines without Ice Beam.
Yep.
Yep. And Weakest Link has finished his seed with 134.07, and Vpron is so close at this point.
Yeah.
That was
It is
close.
unfortunate. It is unfortunate that 2 people end up forfeiting, but I can't blame them considering how the seed was good. Oh, and it
Yeah.
looks like time traveling. Viapron has actually already finished. He ended up finishing with a time of 134.51, and ended up being like 40 seconds behind Weakest Link.
And Forsaken Angel is also just finished as well. I don't see his time.
Yeah. Oh, and no, it comes up in SRL. Wow, that's 3 runners finishing within a minute of each other. That's rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to comment, as I comment every week, Forsaken Angel is playing with a keyboard. He's not using a controller. Not even a mouse, just a keyboard.
That's
Respect to
impressive.
that man.
Yeah.
135.04. I think that's a victory in itself.
Yeah.
And yeah, both our runners are now fully done here. Hopefully Vprom will be joining us before too long.
We still do have Op though. Let's see. I'm gonna check out his stream. Wonder where he is.
So what do you think was the best part of your run there?
Looks like
There-
Op's on EXO right now, so.
There weren't really any good parts of that.
It was all bad.
Yeah, I think that was the first time I've ever done Pirate Labs with the power off since like I casually played the game. Because like you never do that ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, going in there without Ice Beam as well.
Yeah, and actually having to get the research core item.
Hey, Vibron.
What can I say about this seed? The weekly really hates the Ice Beam, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And then, I could have been second place, but no, my essence decided to pool skip me twice.
Yeah, that wasn't very nice of him.
Oof. This
I've already
race
made that pun.
defeat-
I'll see myself up.
Please, actually, petition so Lane is ever banned, forever banned from creating seeds for weeklies. This is just not okay. This is just not okay.
It's time to stop!
Exactly.
Because, the past few seeds, they've certainly been interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't been
Yeah.
good, but, I can taste the salt from the runners.
Yeah.
Last week I was the salt.
When Thardus dropped the ice spreader, I was about to throw my controller through my screen.
Yeah,
I had the same feelings.
I was, oh boy.
From all the Super Missile places that were on the map, it had to choose Hydra. Of course it is Hydra. What else? I checked Flagra after I were Fendrana. Then I did Farmag more, Fardus, and then finally Hydra.
One thing I find really interesting in this seed is that there were a lot of big routing differences early on, but everyone finished off so close to each other.
Yeah.
I made a very terrible mistake. In general, my movement today, my movement was poorly, and my decision after I think it was after I got Wave and Plasma, for some odd reason my head said, "Yo, go to Hall of the Elders and check if Ice Beam is vanilla." That was such a big time loss.
I checked that too. That was a mistake.
I
did
think
it well.
everyone pretty much repeated everyone's actions there. Weakest Link had all the artifacts and spent 30 minutes just trying to find the Ice Beam and just couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dumb. We were pretty much done after I don't know, almost 50 minutes, and then it got like 1.5 hour just because of that stupid ice beam. This is unbelievable. I never had ice beam as such a strong go mode item ever before.
Yeah, same.
On the bright side, it means you didn't have to take care of phase of mines at all.
And the artifacts are all very generous. I mean, like,
Yeah. They're all grouped
Actually-
together.
I would have rather going to mines and clear like lower mines instead of trying to fight ice beam for like almost an hour.
oh, absolutely. Yeah, Ice Beam was murder, but it was still very interesting.
When you hear that, Lane, I swear. As
Don't
soon
worry,
as soon as I see you created the seed for the weekly, I'm gonna get out because I don't want to search for ice beam every single week.
Yeah, Weakest Link has made the comment that he's going to go ban Lane from the Rando server. See y'all later.
Yes.
Probably a good time to mention we do have a Metroid Prime Randomizer server that you should
Join it. It's
check
awesome.
out. Yeah, if you want to hear any of our commentary or like comments, or just want tips or just want to participate in the randomizer, and
Or want to
So on and so
commentate
forth.
yourself.
indeed,
It is public commentary, despite what Pyro Paper Planes will make you believe. He is not permanently attached to this position.
yeah, I might participate in the race one of these weeks. I suppose maybe we'll see if people
Yep.
get tired of me and my jokes.
Yep.
That's why people are here, right?
I think the only reason the lynch mob hasn't come for you yet is that it's going for Lane.
Yeah. Yeah. That. What can we say about that seed? It could have been worse. Could have been phase and mines. Anything. But that super missile ice beam combo.
It was
I would've
interesting.
gone
I'll get with
Python.
that.
Also, well, yes, Ice Beam was awful. Can we also draw attention to the fact that we got that and 1.0 Troll start at the same time?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, the 1.0 is
Yeah.
cool. Not even my ruined nursery strat with my boost ball worked because boost ball was unreachable. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nothing worked. The seed was that seed was technically free, but Ice Beam blocked it. It covered everything in ice. You get it?
And early on, not having the space jump was kind of a
Yeah. Space Jump was pretty late. And,
Yeah, I
although
was
it-
like, I had it like in my feelings. I was like, Space Jump is never gonna be Flagra. It's definitely gonna be Magma somewhere. And as soon as I saw a Space Jump in Transport Tunnel A, I was like, oh yes. But then after I fought Flagra and saw Super Missiles, I was like, no.
yeah, honestly, this seed is probably the biggest argument to explain why people want to ban Flagra. Just because it's such a big risk that you have to take early on in every seed.
Yeah.
Flagra is a randomizer itself in a randomizer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have all kind of community gameplay ideas. Another fun one is having double, where there's 2 of every single item in the entire logic or in the entire game. So like, there's 2 missile locations, there's 2 super missile locations, there's 2 morph balls, there's 2 power bombs, so on and so forth.
2 missiles? That sounds fewer than average.
That does sound okay. Maybe not 2 missiles, but everything else I just said there. And then we have a co-pilot idea. We might see them in one of the weeklies at some point, but for now we're just starting.
There's also random starts where, in addition to having a randomized elevator, you also randomize your starting location. That one, there's a lot of support for replacing or for doing on one of the randomized elevator weeklies one point. So that one's probably pretty safe to expect at some point. If anything, it might become the default.
Yeah, I'm hoping to see that in future. We might even see it as soon as next week. Next week is going to be random elevators.
Yep.
Yes, fortunately, there was no one stuck in Life Grove Tunnel Bash Prime. That would have been sad, or any soft locks in general.
I would express my intense feelings towards Life Grove Tunnel, but I'm pretty sure that would get me removed from this permission, so I will refrain for now.
Yeah, we didn't see Town South at all.
I think I can say this for everyone that we all deserve to be out of Life Grove Tunnel.
Yep. That's the small mercy of this seed.
Do we have any comments from our runners?
Ban lane from
Yeah,
creating
really.
seats.
Oh, of course. Any other other than the obvious?
No, that
No?
was that seed should never be spoken of again. Really.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe
Otherwise,
one day we'll get a good seat on the weekly. Maybe one day.
it gives us commentators more entertaining dialogue
Yep.
to discuss about. I suppose maybe. Who
It
knows?
makes the interviews interesting.
Indeed. And on that fun little note, I think we should probably maybe wrap it up here.
Yep, I think this seems like a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah. Does everyone want to introduce themselves one more time? Or introduce, like, just, yeah. How about our runners first?
All right, I'm Inner Slice. I just did a run.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Vipron, and I play Metroid Prime.
For the Nintendo GameCube.
Released in 2002 by Retro Studios.
Oh boy, we're never not going to get by without saying that.
No, never.
And our co-commentator?
I'm Roboscat64, or Roboscat sometimes, so see you all later.
Yep. And I'm Pyro Paper Planes. You might see me again. Otherwise, thank you for all watching, and we'll see you next week at 9 p.m.
Yep.
Eastern Standard Time. Anyway, bye!
Till next time.
Yep.